Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Speedy here, and today I'm here to do basically kind of a day one tier list here for Global Grand Cross. I've put all the units that are currently in Grand Cross Global in the tiers they are, relevant to. So I'm going to talk over each unit and why they're in that tier. These units down here are not released yet. These are going to be released within time on Global. We should be getting a decent amount of these units here on Global within this month, especially the coin shop units like Gother, Bon, Demon Melee, and Merlin. They should be coming within this month, I'm assuming. There's no way they're going to hold off on these units for long because, I mean, they're coin shop units, and also they actually really help throughout the story, especially Gother being the best unit in the game. Yeah, so let's go over to my tier list right here. So let me kind of analyze the tier list and kind of specify why I have each unit there and the meaning of it. So God tier, I put everything God tier. They are basically good for everything and every activity right now in the game. For example, King right here, he is good for PvE and PvP. He's good also for raids. There's only one raid right now currently in the game, that is the Red Demon raid, and he is just phenomenal for that raid as well, because the raid is red and he is blue, so he does have type advantage on there. Not to mention he's a healer. He can also petrify the red demon, so he is superior in every way possible. He is superior for farming as well. I mean, he's good for farming. I would say he's like, if you're farming, I wouldn't necessarily use King, but if he's like your only option, you can still use King. Plus he's a healer. He can heal you, because I know a lot of people's teams right now aren't that great and usually take a lot of damage, and you sometimes need to heal even on your runs on your farms. He's superior in PvE, especially doing the story content. He can petrify I want to say 99% of the units, and I mean, he heals as well in there as well. So I mean, he's just a very good unit. He's also free to play. You get him, I believe, chapter 2 or 3. I believe it's chapter 3 you get him. And yeah, so next one I will talk about is Deanne. Deanne is also free to play. You get her chapter 4 if you do the story. She is available if chapter 4, so you complete her. She is free to play to get. She comes SSR level 50, already leveled up for you. So if you play throughout the story, you can also get her as well. She is a very good unit. She has an AoE attack. Her ultimate is basically what she's good for. She can basically ult and kill and wipe the whole field, especially if you're farming or in PvP. In PvP, expect to see Blue Deanne a lot in the new PvP meta until some new units are released. But as of right now, this team right here, up here, you'll be seeing a lot in PvP, and everybody's going to be using it for PvE because Deanne is super good. She's a wiper, so both King and Diane are going to be main on the PvP teams. Free Meliodas, the unit everybody, said to re-roll for. This is one of the best units in the game right now. He definitely deserves to be in the God tier spot. He's going to help you carry you through the story mode. There are some chapters in story which are like really hard to get through, and Demon Meliodas like cheeses those chapters with his counter. If you guys do not know how his counter works, the lesser HP you have, the more damage he's going to do with his counter. I basically had a stage earlier was how I was struggling, right? And my Meliodas was like 20% HP. I used the counter and he one-shotted the enemy with doing like over 100k damage. So that's why he is super good for that. Okay, so now let's talk about the SS units. These are actually still top tier units, but they're not God tier, which means they can be used, but they can't be used everywhere. To be completely fair with you, I can actually put Ellie Hawk even at God tier if I wanted to, because she is that good. But I'm gonna leave her in SS for now, because she doesn't really have a team spot as of yet on there, unless you run her in the back row. But there's some better units to run in the back row, and I'll explain why. Okay, so Green King right here, he is good to have right now. He does decent damage. He's also good on PvP. He does damage. That's why Green King is there. He does damage while also critting, so he can basically crit himself out of any situation, and he is just good. So if you have him, he is good. But he's an SS because, obviously the Blue King overpowers him, and you can't run the same name units on the same team. Ellie Hawk right here is superior. She's super good. She does a lot of damage. She can also put defensive stacks on units with her second card. She is super good. She does a lot of damage with her ultimate as well. Honestly, I could even, like I said, put her in God tier if I wanted to, because she's also good for the raid, the Red Demon raid, and all that kind of stuff like that. Is going to be used in PvP a lot, because, I mean, I've seen her literally being ran on PvP on JP as of yesterday when I was playing PvP, so she's still super good for PvP. Red Arthur is also very good. He actually has a boost card, which basically boosts all your allies' stats, HP, attack, and defense. So he is good for that. And also he has a seal card with his level 2 attack, which basically stops the enemy from healing. He is a great support unit on any team, and he's just good. He will do some damage. Slater is good for the red demon. He's also good for story. He does a lot of damage. Slater is basically a DPS unit. If you have Slater, then you know, use him for some events like the red demon because he will do the damage. Bon is here. He is decent, but he's going to be mainly used in the red demon because he is super effective on there. Plus he gets a strong bonus against it, and early on red demon is kind of difficult because a lot of players are still trying to figure out, you know, what teams to run and all that kind of stuff. And Bon is the recommended character on there, and he's just going to do the damage necessary to get through that. Nunchuck Bon, he's good. He does a lot of damage. He can also D-rank skills. He is very good. This Bon right here, actually the story forces you to level up to UR if you want to get the rewards. So this Bon right here is actually super good. He's a free-to-play unit. He's an SR. He's also very good. He actually takes away ult gauges, which is very good. And I mean, he does decent damage with his ultimate and his other attacks. Plus he has kind of a regeneration ability where he kind of is a little bit immortal in a way. So he's good. Hauser right here, he's the best AoE unit I want to say out right now. He does damage. All his attacks are AoE, and if you have him, he's a great farming unit. I feel like he's going to be decent in PvP as well, but as of right now, he is just a great farming unit. You can use him in story, everything like that. Guild Thunder, he is very good. He has a taunt, basically second skill taunts, and he also takes less damage with it. So he can kind of be used as a tank in doing story mode. And when I first started playing the game, I used Guild Thunder on my main team, and he worked perfectly fine. Okay, next is a healer, Elizabeth. She's basically a healer. If you need a healer on your team, you use her. She's going to be actually important a little bit in the story against Steven Hendrickson. So, I mean, she's overall good unit. She's a healer, all that stuff. Green Guild Thunder, the better Guild Thunder, in my opinion. He is the best Guild Thunder, actually. If you get him all the way to UR, I mean, this guy has an attack boosting skill. He does a lot of damage with his ultimate, and he has an AoE attack, so he's very good. Ellie Hawk. This Ellie Hawk is actually very good. If you don't have a good blue unit, she is used in the red demon. She does a lot of damage. She can stack her damage as well. Each turn she doesn't get hit, she gets 10% more attack, so she is super good. Okay, next is Gustav. Gustav is very good. He is basically the Merlin of the game right now. His freeze is phenomenal. I can actually see this guy being random PvP and everywhere. He is main for the red demon because you can literally freeze the red demon. He is free to play to obtain in the coin shop. He's super good. Alright, here we have Elizabeth. This Elizabeth heals. She's super good for healing, so you run her in the back, and each time it's your turn, you heal 10% HP. We have Weinhardt. He is an AoE unit, and he's an AoE. He does a lot of damage. AoE. He's good for a beginner story. Next we have Meliodas. This Meliodas is actually pretty decent. He has a counter card, and he does a lot of damage, so he is a good starter unit. Everybody starts off with this Meliodas, so if you have him, the story also, you can actually awaken him to UR basically for free by following some missions, and he's good. And then I'm not going to really talk about the rest of these. I mean, I could. Okay, let me talk about some of these units and why they're here. Blue Diane, I've really never used her before, but I know from a lot of people are saying she's not that good. This Gother is... He's an AoE unit, but he does like no damage, so there's no point in using him. He does have like a disable card, which I mean could come helpful, but not really. We have this guy right here, Hendrickson. He is okay. He's not the best unit, but definitely you won't be using him. Fat King, he's again okay if you pull him. He's not like a top tier unit, but he's okay. This guy right here, he is usable on raids because he does buff up your card by 30% HP with his card. So I mean, Helbram is he's okay. Red Diane, I pull Red Diane. I'm using her like I've used her actually through stories. She's actually kind of bad, so that's why I put her there. Gilla, same scenario, just an okay unit. Elaine, she's actually pretty decent. She can take away ult gauge. She can also summon for ultimate attack. She's decent if you pull her, but not really a unit I would use at the beginning. Blue Bond, trash. There's so many other bonds that are just better than him. That's why he's there. Green Ellie Hawk, I can also see her being random PvP. She's an AoE unit. She does some decent damage. Red Jericho, also same thing. She does a lot of damage. Okay, she does a lot of damage. Slater, very good unit. He actually does like seal attacks. Super good. And these two are here. I know one was Vivian. I don't know what the other one's called, but decent units. And then for the rest of the tier list, that's what I have right there. And this man Griamore is just that's just basically a meme at this point. He's just so bad. I mean, he's okay, but he's bad. So that's the starting tier list for global right now. So if you have any of these units, then you are set. I'm pretty sure everybody should have started off the God tier units if you were re-rolling. Plus you get these two for free. So my team currently right now in the game is this guy at the end, Meliodas, and then I have Bond. That's my team. That is my team right now in the game. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.